We're here for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final live inside PPG Paints Arena. The buzz around the city of Pittsburgh has been palpable. I'm starting to feel like the unofficial AFC South reporter here in Pittsburgh. When the Titans and Steelers meet tonight at Heinz Field, it will no doubt have an old school feel to it. I'm here inside Progressive Field. It's Game 1 of the 2016 World Series. The Cleveland Indians getting set to host the Chicago Cubs. Definitely not the Game 4 that Cavs fans were hoping to see tonight in Cleveland. There was almost never a doubt for this one tonight. The Cathedral Prep football team, state champions once again. The Erie Otters can now call themselves OHL champions. Reporting from the Erie Insurance Arena for Jet 24 Action Sports, I'm Mike Fenner. College athletes already having a full plate balancing between school and sports, well, that's pretty common. For one local product, the chance to play not one, but two sports he grew up loving was too difficult to pass up on. Here's Trey Staunch's story. He may be better known for helping open up running lanes like these on Saturdays during the fall, but one of Edinboro basketball's newest big men brings much more to the table. In the back of my mind, I was just saying, I don't think it's time for me to let go. And, you know, Coach Cleary gave me the opportunity and just trying to take full advantage of it right now. West Middlesex grad Trey Staunch was a force in his high school hoops days, leading the Big Reds to the BIAA state playoffs. But after a few years away from the court, he's back helping the borough. Being a multi-sport athlete, I think it really helps you going into the main sport that you're playing, but for them giving me the opportunity, I'm loving it right now. Scoring a career-high 14 points and pulling down 4 rebounds in a 1-point loss at Mercyhurst, Staunch is fitting in on the interior. In high school, I was always the biggest kid on the floor, but now I'm just an average-sized kid. You know, everybody's 6'8", 6'7".
Brings us that toughness, that grit we got. I guess a lot of us have, but he gives us that other type, that inside grit. You know, he's strong, he can score, he can shoot a little bit. Although he admits it wasn't the easiest transition. It was rough the first couple weeks, you know, just the running and the pace of the game is so much faster. Fellow football teammate John Gervin made the transition last year, and current Edinboro men's hoops assistant Chris Best took a similar path in his heyday. I talked to Gerv a lot. You know, he said, I think basketball could definitely help you in a football because you're going to be in great shape once you come back for spring. For now, the junior center is simply enjoying the ride. They brought me in with open arms. You know, it's probably been like the easiest transition I've ever had. For Iroquois boys basketball coach Rob Miola, basketball has always been a big part of his family that includes 7 children. I've been coaching probably for about 20 years. I've always liked basketball, and when the kids started coming along, we got them involved in sports at the Y. I started to coach them specifically, and just a lot of fun, good family time. In fact, 3 of his daughters, Angelina, Jasmine, and Desiree, the Miola triplets, have carried the Lady Braves to a strong start this season as one of the top teams in Region 2. It's great because we know how to play together. We have team chemistry. We've been playing together our whole lives. Basketball started at a young age for all 3, and the bond between them is rather unique. I love it. Most people don't get to be very close to their brothers and sisters, and I feel like I'm really close. And people ask if we're close, and I love that we have that sister bond. We get to hang out together, especially since we're all on the same team. We have practice and games, so it brings us all closer. But what you might not know about the Miola triplets is they aren't actually triplets. They're quadruplets. Like you're always together with them, yeah, so you always have someone like there for you and with you to like always be there. Meet Josh Miola, one of the 4 quadruplets and the only boy. The 3 girls enjoy shooting hoops, but the bond between brother Josh and the sisters is still very close. Some people will, they get like excited or they're surprised about it when they find out. But sometimes it's just like, whatever, quadruplets, but I don't know. The girls all play sports, and Josh is more, he's more to himself, and he enjoys reading and playing video games and stuff, so they're kind of looked at as a group, and sometimes he's not, I think he's okay with that, because he's not as much involved with the sports and stuff. They're super close. I just came home one day from school in 1st grade and said, Mom, I want to wrestle. And then about like a month or 2 later, we started to wrestle. Wrestling is growing, changing, and now it's for everyone. I said to my dad once that girls are better than boys. Meet the Renegades. For nearly 2 years, area girls have been working to compete with the boys on the mats. I think it's cool because like there's not a lot of girl wrestlers out there. Girls and boys, wrestlers of all ages that gather weekly out behind Wright's Garage in Girard. What do you like the most about wrestling? The medals. Over the past year, the program has seen substantial growth in numbers.
When this club started, there were 3 girls that came here, and now there's a room full. It's good to have an all-girls team because we're inspiring more girls to start wrestling.
Adam Barnhart and Chris Mooney coach the girls through freestyle and folk-style wrestling techniques, along with a very intense conditioning program.
Very impressed. Yes, a lot of these girls have come a long way. A lot of our girls have to wrestle in the boys divisions.
There's a lot of girls locally that don't even have to travel far to come here and be a part of an all-girls team.
But there's certainly a lot more to be gained from weekly practices.
I want the young ladies to be assertive and learn from the sport of wrestling that it's action always beats reaction.
The girls take part in about a handful of tournaments over the span of a year. The tournaments take them from New York to West Virginia, Texas, and beyond.
The coaches are absolutely amazing. They don't treat these girls any differently. They're treated like wrestlers.
With a brand new program set to begin at Gannon University next season, the sport continues to grow.
They consider themselves, pioneers, and they are.
These girls hope that one day they'll be able to compete at the high school level.
It's definitely growing more rapid. It's becoming more popular, and I think it's really nice that they're putting together things like this.
13-year-old Seth Apel, a young pitcher from Knox in Clarion County, losing his arm back on November 1st when he was helping his family cut firewood.
I turned the PTO of the tractor on because me and my dad built this log unloader, and my coat sleeve got caught in that, and it severed my arm.
His father Josh, alerted afterward by Seth's grandfather after calling for help. Seth being life-flighted to the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital. A 6 to 8 hour surgery, 1 week in the intensive care unit, and a lot of uncertainty surrounding him.
I could see the little nub, of what's left of his arm sticking out, and really it was just thankful he's alive.
After wondering whether he'd ever be able to play baseball again, Apel trying out for what would be his last year of Little League in Knox.
There's a lot of people that didn't think Seth would be playing baseball, and I was one of them. He's always been a part of this team, and we love him to death.
Playing in the regular season this spring at first base, catcher, and outfield, Seth now having the chance to play one last summer with his teammates as a part of the Diamond Dogs.
I just thought maybe I could do this.
Despite being dealt with some difficult circumstances, for Apel it was never in the plans quitting on his dream, but rather simply readjusting his game.
3 months before baseball season, I was in my dad's shop playing catch and learning how to do everything left-handed.
Not only did Seth play for the Diamond Dogs over the weekend, but after recording 5 hits, the youngster earning MVP honors to a much-deserved applause.